I think I'm going to go for Side Shot because even if he goes to Persian, it's okay. Oh, we got a crit, ladies and gentlemen, but Meloetta takes it like a champ. Yo, that's our girl Harmonia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a round of applause for living a crit Thunderbolt from Tapu Koko. Yo, that was sick, man. That was sick. S-I-C-K, S-I-C-K. Hey everybody, Lee Speed here. Alright, so we're back with another live. By the time you're seeing this, it'll be 2017, so that's cool. We can at least, start a new year off with something, as opposed to not having something out for that day. Because I have been pretty inactive with these videos, but, I'm going to try to, do more of these. Despite what's actually going on, I'm going to try to get more of these out, so, that you have at least something to watch. I mean, I don't know. People seem to be happy I'm back, so at least, that's good. I'm kind of glad I still have a following still, because, people usually, after a while, like, especially if you haven't posted in a while, you just kind of like, people just don't care anymore, so, yeah, I kind of surprised in a way, but I guess I really shouldn't be, because you guys are awesome, and that's never stop being awesome. But anyways, this is another Showdown live video. Surprise, surprise, right? I'd be doing Wi-Fi battles, but for one, I don't have a capture card. Two, I don't feel like shelling out the money to get a capture card, especially right now when the only reason I would be getting it is to do Wi-Fi battles. And honestly, I don't feel like trying to ask people to record battles for me. Like, I felt pretty bad about doing that back in Generation 6, X and Y, when I had my friend EVGirl22 record battles for me at the time. At the end of the day, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I want to keep making people do this, because, she was okay with it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I still feel kind of bad about that, so I'm like, I don't know. And yes, there technically is a way to record on your new 3DS, but honestly, I haven't looked into that, and I'm not sure if I will look into that. I'll see what I can do as far as just recording my 3DS screen in general. Like, I may even use my Android phone for that if I really, 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 really have to. But we'll see when I get to that point. I'll update you guys on that if I plan on doing anything like that. So, yeah. Team time. So, as you can see, this is not the same type of team from last time. Well, besides having different mons on this team, but this is going to be a Pokebank format. This is basically whenever Pokemon Bank is released for Sun and Y, or is updated for Sun and Y, and we could transfer mons from previous generations like Gallade, Tigers, Landorus, Rotom-W, etc. Oh, and of course, Meloetta. How could I forget that? But yeah, once that comes out and we can bring all these mons here, this is basically a team that I can use in that. So, I thought, why don't we do one of these to start the new year off and I guess see where we go from here. So, yeah, first off, we have Assault Vest Gallade. You're definitely going to be curious about why I have Drain Punch and Close Combat. I might change this, but for now, what I'm thinking in my head is Drain Punch obviously works well when you're unable to, use status moves or anything like that, non-attacking moves. Drain Punch is a fairly strong attack. You can, heal yourself, and then you have Close Combat for raw damage if you just need the KO on something, which it does come up. There are going to be times where I'm like, okay, I just need the KO. I don't care about the healing. I just want to knock out this mon in one hit. Then I got this. I consider running Knockoff or Poison Jab for those Tapus, but I don't know, I'll figure that out when I get there. I have technically Celestial to deal with, well, a couple of those at least. Psycho Cut, because stab and critical hit chance is nice, and Ice Punch for Landorus or anything else like that, like Mega Venusaur. Although Mega Venusaur has Thick Fat, so I would rather just use Psycho Cut on that, but Ice Punch is mainly for things like Landorus, or bulky grass types in general, like Tangrowth, if they want to try to switch into this thing, so I can at least maybe get a freeze chance, or just do a lot of damage, so that is a thing. Physically defensive Rotom-W. This is pretty standard. There's not much to say about Rotom-W. I've used them a lot. And yeah, it is what it is. Of course, you can't forget good old Landorus Incarnate. You probably could, but there's nothing unusual with this one. It's just bulky Stealth Rock guy. Grassinium Z, this is a pretty common thing from what I know. Like, this is a fairly common set. Basically, you use Magma Storm as like a really strong fire type move that also can trap. And then if you trap something like a water type, you can kill them with Grassinium Z Solar Beam, which is a really powerful grass type move. I believe it's base 180 or 190. It's ridiculously strong, and you can pretty much get a KO on that, and without having to wait a turn either. So, yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess, and it can definitely be very annoying because switch-ins to it in this scenario will be not limited, but you have to be very cautious of what you switch into it because you can end up losing it to Grassinium Z Solar Beam with Bloom Doom. So that is a thing. And of course, everyone's favorite Ultra Beast, Kappa, Celesteela. That's probably more in line because, Celesteela and Celestial and yeah, okay, whatever. This is one of the most annoying Pokemon in the game. Like, flat out, I mean, I remember when we had the stats leaked out for the first time and the data mine revealed moves and all that. I remember me and I guess others were just kind of like, this seems alright, Like, we didn't really realize how good it would actually be at first. But then in practice, yeah, this mon has proven itself to be just very, very good. I mean, having the same defensive typing that Skarmory has. I mean, they do different things, so I wouldn't say, this is always better than Skarm. It just depends on what you need for your team. This is more for, like, specialty defensive purposes. I mean, you can run physically defensive. It just depends on what your team needs. I mean, I'm already packing a few physically defensive mons anyway, so this is just to to patch the special side a bit better. So yeah, Leech Seed Protect, because that's always standard. Heavy Slant, because believe it or not, this is like one of the heaviest Pokemon in the game. In fact, I believe it is tied with something like Primal Groudon to be the heaviest Pokemon in the game. And you can do a lot of damage with this even without attack investment. It hurts. So, and then obviously a Flamethrower because the thing has, flamethrower arms. So it is what it is, and because of what it's based off of, it's a rocket and bamboo. So that's the thing. And then Harmonia the Meloetta, of course, with Subcombine, Hyper Voice, and Psyshock. This set having Hyper Voice, I don't know, I might change this, but we'll see as we go along, because in the lower tiers, I think this Hyper Voice is good, but obviously there's going to be like a few mons like Metagross and stuff like that resist both of these, and well, you're not going to like that, so maybe having Shadow Ball instead would be pretty decent. But, I mean, you're good switching to certain Pokemon anyway, so that is a thing. So, yeah, with that being said, I'll be back in just a moment with our first game. Alright, battle number 1. Alright, so here we go. This is going to be a very interesting. Now, there's a couple things I do want to bring up because I kind of forgot to bring them up in the team preview, but basically, hold on, let me pick my lead first, and then I'll just go from there. I'll lead with Landorus. Basically, like, I have to admit, though, that I guess I'm, and I guess I'll put that on hold for just a second, because I'm going to get another game, so be right back. Alright, well, we can't count that first one, so I'll just say this is battle number 1, because, that's a thing indeed. Now, I'm going to... Let's try this again. See, now I lost track of what I actually wanted to talk about. And he led with Gastro. That's not good. I probably should have led with Heatran. That would have been nice. But I'll go for U-turn right away just to get some damage. But basically, like I said before, I'm thinking about... Okay, I'm thinking, like, if I figure out a way to record Wi-Fi battles again, and honestly, I know some people will point out a Citra, an emulator, basically. My computer currently can't run it right now, and honestly, I don't know, like, because this computer's fairly old, like, it's weird, right? Like, I've had this computer for at least 7 years, and obviously it works very well. I mean, just the fact that I can get things to work properly and whatnot, you know, I could just be able to, you know, I could just get things functioning properly and all of that. But obviously I'm not going to be using that. And I don't know, like, my thoughts on the whole Citra Wi-Fi battle thing, I like how some of the battles look, but I don't like how some of the mons look. Some of the mons look really weird in my opinion. But obviously this is just from when I saw them for the first time, you know, back when Shofu, you know, when I saw people like Shofu post those, I'm like, okay, I love the look of some of those Pokemon, but then others I'm like, they look really strange. And I might be, well, I'm definitely not alone on this, but I'm probably in the minority. But on the other hand, over time, I started to like them a bit more, just because even though I like having the lines as well, I just like the fact that basically it can look really clean all at the same time. And ooh, nice. Meloetta gets to go for Psyshock for free, and I don't care about this being Mega Venusaur. But yeah, like, if I do a Wi-Fi battle, I'm probably going to bring that layout back, or either make a new one, or bring back that really cool layout I had for that 3,000 subscriber special. Man, it feels like a long time. And honestly, because of my inactivity, it feels like an afterthought now that I think about it. I'm going to just go for the Psyshock. I don't care if this is Mega Venusaur, because I can just almost knock this thing out, which is definitely very nice. And what I think I'll do is, I think I will go for the substitute, predicting him to switch out into his Skarm or Staraptor. That works too. Actually, that's great, because now I can pretty much just go for Hyper Voice. I don't care if he breaks my sub. In fact, I'm going to be able to take this thing out or just get some damage in. I didn't want to go for a sub again, because he could have just went for Brave Bird and then be like, okay, I just literally just wasted a turn. But this is fine too. Ooh, that's some damage. And let's see. Arcanine, 317, 306. This is definitely not faster if this is max speed. And that could be a max speed mon. So I'm going to go into... And because it has it didn't show me Intimidate, it has Flash Fire, so I can't really. I don't want to bring in. I don't know. I have to be careful basically. So he goes for Flare Blitz, which is fine. I don't mind that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull a double into. I think I will pull a double into my. I will pull a double into my Meloetta, predicting him to go for the Gastro, but he stays and goes for the Wild Charge, which is unfortunate, but that's okay, I guess. I think I'll take this opportunity to go into my Landorus. Like, I wanted to go into Meloetta, predicting him to go into Gastro, because basically what I would have done was, like, get a free substitute on him and pretty much just kind of go from there. But in comes this Raikou. This thing really doesn't want me. This thing is definitely going to pose a problem. And there goes my phone going off. Again, this is not new, I guess. Whew. Anyways, back what I was talking about. Basically, if I do a Wi-Fi, I might bring the layout back. The layout I use, or I'll make a new one. I'm not sure what I'll do. But I'll leave that up to you guys. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into... Well, Rotom will be nice to have, kind of. Meloetta is kind of weakened. Gallade I could bring in Gallade once, I think. I can bring it in on the Hinpower Ice. Yeah, that does nothing, so I'm going to go right for the Drain Punch. Or I can go for Cycle Cut. What do I want to do? His Venusaur is at 26. And Gastro is burned. He could bring a Skarm. He could. He could do that. In fact, I'd be surprised if he doesn't, but I wanna switch into my I want to switch into Rotom, predicting that, but it's hard to make reads sometimes when they don't do what you expect. Like when you predict them to do things. I'm gonna go right for close combat. Yeah, he's not gonna take me out. I knew he was probably gonna stay in, so I'm just gonna get a lot of damage on him. And he just showed me that he isn't choiced, which is okay, I guess. I think what I'll do is I will... Alright, here's what I'm... And actually, yeah, I think that's where I might change something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go into my Rotom, because I don't necessarily want to switch in Lando, because for one, I don't outspeed it. Two, I want to have my Heatran being somewhat healthy, because I can actually deal with that Gastro, especially now that his Arcanine is gone. So I can at least deal with that as I go along. So I'll fire off my Rotom for now, at least, and keep Landorus for later. Alright, so into Heatran we go. And I'm going to go for the Earth Power. He does have a couple of mons he could switch in, but it's like... I mean, I don't think he wants to switch. Bringing in the Raptor is kind of risky. Because I can honestly just go for like if I go for Magma Storm, it just dies pretty much. So yeah, it honestly doesn't matter either way. But yeah, so how have you guys been? I've been alright, I guess, but well, for myself at least, I'm okay. But I just hope next year turns out a bit better. I'll definitely tell you that right now. I hope that next year just becomes better. He does have the Aura Sphere. I probably should have seen that coming. Mainly because it was a shiny Raikou. Shiny Raikou events, Raikou shinies have Aura Sphere. I honestly should have seen that coming. And he's going to probably go into Gastro now because he can just completely wall my set. But he may not know that I have the Bloom Doom, which I do, and I'm going to go right for Bloom Doom and just get the flat out destroy this mon. So now that thing's not going to annoy me for the rest of the game. And he's kind of done his job now. I know he'll go in the Staraptor now. And I cannot risk... Do I want to stay in? I mean, Meloetta... I might want this for Skarm. That's one thing. I might want this for Skarmory. I mean, I can 1v1 it with Celesteela anyway. But do I want to just sack this? Yeah, because I don't know what he's going to go for. He could go for U-turn. He's going to go for Brave Bird. Oh, he's going to go for Brave Bird. Can I nail this Magma Storm? Yes, I do, actually. And did I come out on top? Yes, I did. Was that a fairly risky play? Yes, it is. It really was. That was a rather risky play. He could have went for CC and completely knocked me out. But I'm thinking, well, if I brought in Lando, he would have taken the full brunt of it even after an Intimidate. Intimidate? Look at me sounding like that. Man, why am I making that reference of all times now? I'm going to go for another Magma Storm. I could switch out, but I'm just like, yeah, I'll just leave it in to die. Because Celesteela pretty much wins the game now, so... Well, Celesteela pretty much just kind of like... Well, 1v1, it can basically 1v1 that Skarm after a while, but, you know, I don't think I'm going to be that guy. Or maybe I will be that guy, I don't know. So, we're just waiting for him to make his play. Come on, friend. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to pull a double or something? I mean, it'd be weird if you did, because I'm still going for Magma Storm. I honestly don't care what you do. Because I'm going to go into my Meloetta and just click Hyper Voice. Like, I can literally just go into... Or even just go into Celesteela or go into Gallade. I don't care what you do. You can obviously go for whatever you like. He's got 90 seconds left, people. Is he going to do it? Is he going to make a play? I honestly don't know. Will he surrender? Come on, people. I got viewers watching this video. We don't got all day for this. I'm going to just pause until he actually makes a play. So I'll be right back in a moment. And he just ends up running out of time. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. And I'm assuming he meant thanks. Like, I don't have this chat pulled up because I usually want to just have the battle showing up. But he says thanks. I'm guessing that is sarcasm. I'm just going to go and get another game. This is just a weird game. Honestly, that seems to be the trend with these Showdown Live videos I've done, is that we get some very strange games. So anyways, be back in just a moment. Alright, here we go. Battle number 2. This would be technically 3, but that first battle didn't even count because we didn't even get to do anything. I'm going to start with... I could start with Rotom. That wouldn't be a bad idea because Rotom matches up with Landorus. But he could lead with his own. So that's a possibility. He could lead with his own Rotom. I think I'm just going to Rotom, like, predicting him to lead with... Well, it's a decent matchup against anything on his team. Like, that's basically it. Now, let's see if he's going to be the guy that goes for the Volt Switch into his Landorus, predicting me to go for the Volt Switch on his own. I don't know. Like, let's just see what happens. I'm gonna go for Willow. Okay, I'm faster. That's kind of annoying, honestly, but it's okay. I mean, I get a burn status on it. Like, I don't think this will do that much. In fact, this actually reminds me of the game I had with Wild Chase and the XY Wi-Fi battle where was it that battle? I can't remember. There was a battle where no, actually, that was a completely different battle. My bad, people. It was actually an old battle from Gen 5 that I remember. I went for Will-O-Wisp, and it not mattering at all. All right, I'm gonna go into my Incinerator, and he goes into Blade. Nice. I think he expected me to go into... I don't know what he expected me to go into. My Meloetta, maybe? I don't know. Meloetta can't do anything against this, so I do need to get rid of that thing. I'm going to go right for the Magma Storm, just to do a lot of damage, and he can go into this if he wants. Ooh, nice. And you know what? That's fine. I think that's fine because this thing is a threat. This thing is kind of a threat. It walls. Well, I just don't want him like messing up my... I don't want to... Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that necessarily because... The reason I don't want to do this is because of his Alomomola. I have to be very careful about that. Because if I use my Boom Doom now, it won't really... It's not going to be a good idea. Let's just say that, alright? So, I think what I'll do is I'm going to go into... I'll go into... What do I want to go into, actually? I think I want to go into my... This is where I wish I had Shadow Ball, but that's okay. I'll go into my Meloetta. I'm going to go into Meloetta now. Like, I don't want him, like, I don't mind if he switches out. Like, I don't... Like, basically, I didn't want to waste Bloom Doom on this. Because the way I look at it is that if I went for Plume Doom, I would have a harder time dealing with that Alomomola. I definitely don't want to be dealing with that without having that move, because it's one of the more annoying mons to play against, and it really is. So I'm going to go into my Landorus. And I can honestly... I'm going to just go for the EQ, just to get some nice damage. I mean, is he gonna... He can't get a knockout on me. Like, even if he goes for multiple Shadow Sneaks, yeah, it doesn't do that much damage, and I can just knock it out. So, nice. Now my Meloetta doesn't get walled by it, which is excellent. That's great. And okay, he just he left. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he DC'd or not. Yeah, it seems like it... Okay, I think we're just going to get another game. So, be right back in just a moment. Alright, battle number 4? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just blanking out right now. Anyways, his team is interesting. I'm going to lead with... What do I want to lead with? I lead with Gallade. Gallade could be decent, but I might want to lead with Incinerator if I'm expecting him to lead with Fortress. to get up his spikes. I'm going to lead with this instead. In case he leaves his fortress, which he does. Perfect. So I have the favorable matchup. Unless he has the Earthquake, which, I mean, it's not the most common thing, but it's definitely not a horrible option. I mean, Heatran is still in the tier, so I mean, that is a thing. That is a thing that can happen. Earthquake can just completely wreck me, and I could just lose one of my mons right off the bat. Alright, so he stays in, okay, which is fine. He goes for Volt Switch. I mean, that's okay because I honestly don't mind. I honestly don't mind just because, like, I really don't mind. Now he's at low HP, so if I get up rocks, he dies. In fact, I think I'm just going to go for another Magma Storm. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. Fake out, okay. I honestly could have switched into my Celesteal on that, but, like, Alolan Persian, usually these are very bulky. They can be very bulky. They run Parting Shot. They can run Snarl sometimes. Like, they just have a lot of attacks that are disruptive, like Parting Shot, like I said earlier. Now, I'm going for the Magma Storm out of the way, just so I can trap this Silvally over here. And I'm gonna go into. Okay, this is actually the normal type Silvally. I can go into my Landorus and get up my Stealth Rock because I know these things are. Like, I don't want to. I don't know. I guess he could just go for Parting Shot. Okay, I need to get up rocks. That is priority one. Just so he can't bring in his spinner anymore. So he's going to go for the... Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Stone Edge just to get some damage. And I'm expecting him to U-turn. Yes, I want him to do that. And he takes Rocky Helmet damage, which is fine. He goes into Fortress, which is going to die to Stealth Rock, which is very good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for U-turn here, actually. Predicting him to go for Parting Shot. So that way, I'll get the switch initiative on him. And whatever he goes into, I will just U-turn out on him. And depending on what he brings in, I can bring the appropriate Mon to take him down. And the appropriate Mon to take him down? Well, nothing particular. Nothing particular. But Meloetta can definitely... Meloetta seems like a good idea. The only problem is... He has... The only problem is... Well, two problems. Mimikyu and this... And Alolan Persian. Now... Okay, so this is where I need to make... This is where I need to make a play. Unless he stays in which case I can knock him out. Now, what I need to... Now, there's a couple options. I could go for Hyper Voice... I could possibly knock him out with that, but he could bring in the Mimikyu, which is immune to it, which is immune to Hyper Voice, and he'll still have his disguise. On the other hand, if I go for Psyshock and he goes into a Alolan Persian, then obviously my Psyshock will fail. I think I'm gonna go for Psyshock because even if he goes to Persian, it's okay. Oh, he got a crit, ladies and gentlemen, but Meloetta takes it like a champ. Yo. That's our girl Harmonia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a round of applause for living a crit Thunderbolt from Tapu Koko. Yo, that was sick, man. That was sick. S-I-C-K. Okay, I'm getting a bit too hyper about this now. I think I'm gonna. You know what? That was awesome. That was really awesome, by the way. So now. I'm gonna go into Celesteela. Okay, there's a couple things. Like, I don't know. Well, for one, I'm gonna go for Protect, just to get some extra lefties, because that is a thing. Then I'm gonna go into my Landorus, expending over for the D-Bolt. I'm basically gonna pivot around. Cause yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna pivot around, and I'm gonna go right for the. U-turn. He has Power Ice. Yep, of course. Which I mean, that's okay. Like, he took himself out, which is fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now I'm gonna go back into my. Rotom. But yo, that was hype. That was so hype. It was like that was awesome. Like Meloetta taking a crit Thunderbolt. Getting parried, and not getting paralyzed that turn, and knocking the Tapu Koko down to where the Life Orb would knock him out. Well done, well done. I am proud. Like, that was definitely one of my favorite moments right there. I'm gonna go right for the Will-O-Wisp here. I mean, it didn't matter anyway. Okay, let's see. I think I don't want to go for Volt Switch because he could just bring in. He could be that guy and bring in Landorus. He could honestly be that guy and who brings in Landorus. Of course, he taunts me when I can't do anything. Wonderful. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump because I don't want him bringing in Landorus and being immune to the Volt Switch. I don't want him being that guy going into that. And oh, look at that! I get a crit. I get a crit on him now. How about that? You like that? How do you like getting crit at the most inopportune time ever? Anyways, I'm gonna go right for the. I'm gonna go for Volt. Well, I'm not gonna do anything because he just goes for Fake Out. Okay, sure, buddy. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna go right for the Volt Switch because I know he's gonna go for Taunt. Yep, I knew exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for the Taunt. I'm gonna go right into my. Yeah, I'll go into Celesteela. Like, he can't do much to me, and I'm just gonna go for the heavy. Like, I'll go for the. What do I want to do? I'll go for Flamethrower because I know he'll go for Taunt probably, and I know that I'm just gonna get some prior damage on this thing, and then I'm gonna go right for the Heavy Slam, just to get some damage on whatever he brings in. If he brings in the Mimikyu, I mean, he can't. Well, if he brings in the Mimikyu, then obviously his disguise is gonna go away, and obviously that is not something you want to be dealing with. So yeah, this game is definitely getting very interesting now. So I can definitely applaud my opponent for that. So let's see. What can he do? Hidden Power Eyes or Hidden Power? He could have Hidden Power Fire. Well, let's see if he has it. He's gonna go for U-turn. I mean, that's fine. I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower because I know another critical hit. Dang, son, and I get the base boost. Why am I referencing Joey right now? I don't know why I'm referencing him in this with that base boosting. Although, to be fair though, it's not the first time. But anyway, I'm gonna go right for the Heavy Slam. Yeah, you can do that. You go ahead and do that. You can set up. Yeah, you can go ahead and set up. I'm just gonna go for the Heavy Slam. He goes for Shadow Claw. That does absolutely nothing. And basically, I'm gonna 2-hit KO this thing. And even if he wants to set up, then go right ahead because I'm just gonna knock you out anyway. So nice. So I get another base boost. I gotta stop doing that, man. Now I know why he likes saying it like that. I'm gonna go for Leech Seed. He just disconnects. Okay. If they don't reconnect, then I'll claim victory. But I'm gonna wait and see if he comes back because I don't want to I want to give him a chance. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right. Well, apparently he lost because of his inactivity. I think I'll just end it here. Yeah, I'll just end it here. So, yeah, that was surprisingly kind of fun. Just some weird, crazy shit happening there, but it is what it is, friends. And hopefully I get more interesting lives like this, or more battles like this one, I suppose. Like, it was definitely very, very interesting. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had fun too. So, yeah, I guess I'll just end it here. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Hopefully, I am not inactive for months and months at a time. Although, don't be surprised if that actually happens. But, you know, I'm going to try not to make that much of a habit, especially with what's been going on. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Man, Meloetta, you rock.